Hey guys, it is the Awesome Boy here, and as you can see, it's officially now the spooky month. So to get things started, instead of reacting to creepypastas this month, well, I will do that. I'm just gonna instead of reacting to creepypastas, I'm going to read creepypastas to you, which is something I've never tried before. I've only read creepypastas to myself, but now I'm reading them online. So, you might as well get started. Today's story, we are reading The Fear of Victory, which is a Batman creepypasta. I believe it's one of those lost episode types. I do believe there is an actual B task episode named Fear of Victory, but basically whatever the heck this person did, they just took it around and then they just kind of flipped it up or whatever. Anyways, yeah, let's get started. All right, let's start. I have to admit, I've always been a big fan of Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, in the Batman's universe. It's a fascinating character with a twisted personality, and he always was my favorite rogue in B-Task. So when my best friend told me that there was a lost episode in which Jonathan was changed back into a kid, I was like, hell yeah, just give me the DVD. And she did. Thinking about it, I guess I should have been wary. My best friend was never fond of Batman. She indeed always thought that my sick passion for this cartoon was kind of weird, but at the moment, I was just too happy to be suspicious. And when she gave me that DVD, I can only think about one thing: watching it as soon as I could. I got home earlier than usual that day. One of my teachers was sick, and I left school in a hurry, eager to watch that eager to watch that lost episode. I put in the DVD in the drive, and I sat down on the couch with a bowl of soda crackers. Yeah, soda crackers. I gotta search that up. I forgot what that was. Anyways, everything started normally. Batman was chasing a scarecrow down Gotham streets, with Robin, of course. Jonathan ran into a dark alley and hid behind a dumpster, looking tired and sick. He was paler and skinnier than usual, with cold sweat all over his face, and I immediately thought he might have been drugged or something like that. The camera got back to Batman, who was still looking for the villain, looking very worried. Have you found him yet? He couldn't have got too far. Dr. Bartholomew said he was weaker than a kitten when he escaped. But that's what I'm afraid of, Robin. A weak and scared scarecrow is a very dangerous scarecrow. But we're here to help him, for goodness sake, Batman. It's not like we're gonna hurt him. I'm fully aware of that. But the man isn't. Remember, he is sick. I don't know why, but I began to feel very uncomfortable here. Batman was usually very calm, very confident. At this moment, well, let's say it clearly, he seemed scared, very scared, of what I don't know, but I wasn't so sure I wanted to know. A part of me wanted to turn off the TV, but the other part of my brain was like, no, don't. Jonathan is in trouble. That would be nice to see. The Batman helping him for once. So I sat there, unable to get my eyes off the screen. The camera got back to Jonathan, who was now sitting on the floor. His heartbeat was literally deafening, and he seemed in great pain. That's when things started to go wrong. The scarecrow screamed, a scream so shrill and loud that I literally jumped down from the couch out of pure fright. He spat blood, a lot of blood. His body started to convulse. His eyes were so bloody red at his face. Oh god, his face was paler than a ghost. I swear to God, I just wanted to turn off the TV. I've never wanted to turn off that damn TV, but it was like I was paralyzed by this fear. Just like the fear toxin, bruh. That's what it wants you to do. Anyways, let's continue. I could just look at that damn screen wondering what was going on, and I was just thinking, what the hell is this? Then it all ended. Jonathan stopped moving. It was like he had died there, in this dark alley. The screams alerted the dynamic duo. Batman and Robin arrived on the scene within seconds. With the look they had in their faces was pure terror. The camera slowly turned back to Jonathan, or at least what was left of him. Did some rats eat him or something? Like, did he? How long did it take for How long did it take for Batman to Robin to get there? If what was left of him, like, huh? Let's just continue. There was a pile of bloody clothes, and sitting under rags, you could see a red-haired kid who looked very frightened. He turned into a kid? What the frick? He looked at Batman and Robin with tear-filled eyes. Professor Crane? Robin asked carefully. Do you recognize us? The kid remained silent for a while as he got up on his feet. His face was all covered in blood, but that didn't seem to bother him. Dimwits, he said, smiling. Batman and Robin looked at each other with relief, and I have to say I was quite happy to see that Jonathan Craig was still himself. I sat back on the couch. Now I knew why the episode never aired. It would have been far too scary for kids. Plus the amount of blood and screaming and stuff. I mean, I understand. Blood is on Batman the Animated Series, but not that much. Batman caught the kid in his arms and wrapped him up in his cape. Jonathan didn't even fight back. He seemed pretty sleepy, and I thought maybe he was very happy to be safe. They brought him back to Arkham, explaining the situation to Dr. Bartholomew. At this point of the episode, it was like a kid in front of a Christmas tree. Now that everything was back to normal, I knew I was going to enjoy this episode. The 5 following minutes were rather annoying in my opinion. It was all about Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn and their damn material instinct. And I want to cuddle you and I want to read you a good night story and so on. Boring. But after the horrifying scenes I had seen, I wasn't going to complain. Nope, sir. The time passed by rather quickly and Jonathan was still stuck in the kid's body. Things weren't so fun for him anymore. The other inmates were tired of having to take care of him, and the doctors treating him like a toddler. One night, Batman came to the asylum to see if everything was okay. He found Jonathan on his bed, looking very depressed and lonely. How do you feel, Professor? The Cape Crusader asked. Dr. Bartholomew told me you were quite morose. Who would it be? I hate being a child. I should have experimented this new toxin on myself. Look at me, I'm a freak. I was waiting for a comforting speech from Batman, but he wasn't there anymore. Instead, there was a note on Jonathan's door, which read, Hang yourself. This is where it got dark. Maybe Batman's just a figment of his imagination. I don't freaking know. This creepypasta has I don't understand. It's very weird. I felt a shiver run down my spine. Who could have written such a horrible note? Batman? No, that's insane. Jonathan looked at the piece of paper for a moment. He didn't seem sad. No, just tired, exhausted. The screen went black. The next morning, a nurse came in on the inmate cells to see if everything was okay. She entered Jonathan's cell. There was a moment of silence and she ran away, screaming as if she had seen the most horrible thing ever. The camera entered the cell very slowly. No music, just a sound of a very loud heartbeat. And there he was, grown up again, his face twisted into a horrifying expression of pain, a noose around his neck. Jonathan, I screamed, and I don't think I'll ever stop screaming. Well, yeah, that was Batman Creepypasta The Fear of Victory. This does not really make any sense. I gotta do a couple more research on this stuff. I gotta see the actual Fear of Victory episode because I just checked. There's an actual episode named Fear of Victory on Batman BTAS. I know it has Jonathan Crane involved, so I just gotta check that out, and then yeah, I'll see if everything. You know what, bro? I'm not sleeping tonight until this makes sense, bro. I'm not sleeping tonight until this makes sense. I don't understand it. So basically, Batman Robin chased Scarecrow. Scarecrow turned into Kid. No, wait, no. He was about to die from whatever is happening. So he used a toxin on himself to make himself young again. He still got put into Arkham. Kid, Scarecrow as a kid is sad. Batman comes, tells him to commit suicide, and then yeah, yeah, this doesn't make any sense to me. I do not understand this. Yeah. Well, if you if you guys enjoyed that creepy pasta, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this story. The original link to the creepypasta on the fandom wiki is going to be down below. So yeah, this is the TheAwsomeBoii signing off. Goodbye. And have a happy Halloween or whatever time you're watching this. This is October 1st for me.